reason that I don't care is because everybody has an opinion, number one. Number two, I get paid for mine. Number three, and most importantly, it's my opinion based on the facts as presented. I'm not getting personal, I'm not deriding or denigrating anybody. I'm just calling it like I see it when asked, or when it's part of my job.
Did you have winning?
I personally thought Manny put it out, and I feel like he deserved it.
From fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm always like, the judges need to get it right in every scenario.
The aftermath of the fight left many stunned. It was clear to most observers that Manny Pacquiao had done more than enough to secure the win. The decision to call it a draw was met with outrage. Critics questioned what the judges were even watching. Many felt Pacquiao outperformed his opponent in nearly every round. And while some accepted the result as part of the sport, the frustration was impossible to ignore. It didn't feel like a fair outcome.
Why do you think the judges saw it the other way for the draw?
I'm long time. I'm a fighter also. I'm a fighter. 14 years in the ring, or 14 years in the ring. But I know the score. The score. So many judges, but I'm surprised that the decision is like that. I'm surprised. But anyway, the judges' decision is now. Let's accept. I will accept that decision.
Do you want to see your brother keep fighting?
Right now, just focus on the fight.
In the post-fight reactions, one voice broke down the scoring and admitted disappointment. He believed Manny Pacquiao had edged the fight, but reluctantly accepted the official draw. This view mirrored what many fans felt, a wide disconnect between what they saw in the ring and how the judges scored it. The idea of a rematch was quickly dismissed, making the result even harder to swallow. With Pacquiao at 46 and his opponent still holding championship status, this fight felt like a missed chance to write one last perfect chapter.
Deal with Kamel and Kamel. Just seen a draw between Pacquiao and Barrios tonight. What do you think?
It was a great fight, and Pacquiao put on a hell of a performance, and much respect to Barrios as well. It takes two to tango, so it's just an overall great fight.
Who did you have winning?
I personally thought Manny put it out, and I feel like he deserved to win. But it's boxing, and I'm not mad at a draw either.
Want to see a rematch, or do you think they should both fight other people?
I don't think I want to see a rematch. Manny did. It was a great fight. I think we should just leave it at that. I would like to see, Pacquiao and Mayweather too. That's really the fight I want to see.
Kamel and the undercard.
Definitely, absolutely. Yeah, that'd be a huge card.
What do you think of Barrios in that score?
I don't know. I think Pacquiao's style was kind of throwing him off. I've heard a lot of very skilled fights.
From the beginning, expectations were sky high for Manny Pacquiao's return, even though he was 46 years old. Age takes a toll on speed, timing, and endurance, but still, he surprised people. He showed that he wasn't just coming back for nostalgia. He came back to compete, and compete he did, outperforming what many believed was even possible at this stage in his
Last night was not a great fighter in his prime. He was a great fighter who was just a good fighter, who was still a better fighter than the world champion at the time. He was so great in his prime that when he came down levels to being good, he's still better than the good ones. He's still the goodest. That's what you saw, and the fact that when he was fighting in his era, his rivals were also watching that car go by every 3 or 4 months, 2 times a year at 200 miles an hour and catching more glimpses of it. But these young fighters, they ain't even watching that, bro. Even if they're watching it, they're not living it. They're not studying it. They're worried about their contemporaries and rivals. So for him, this was like, what is going on? The amount of adjustments that he needed to make, the southpaw, the in and out, the awkward angles, the underneath right jab, like all of this shit is like, wait a minute, what is going on here? And that was a lesson for a young fighter that really he had a privilege to learn. He got a gift last night. Barrios will be better from this fight forward than he would ever have been without it. Let me tell you that. This is what happens when you have a phenomenal, unique, absolute anomaly in the sport. That's what Pacquiao is. That's what he proved last night. I'm always the guy who decries when someone is robbed and when the fighter who should have his hand raised doesn't get it raised, and it's a crime to me to steal these from fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm always like, the judges need to get it right and everything.
The performance itself told the real story. Manny Pacquiao's footwork, intelligence, and veteran heart kept him competitive every round. He controlled the pace, landed clean shots, and at times looked like the legend who once ruled boxing. Fans and analysts were shocked when the decision came back as a draw. One post online went viral, claiming he was robbed. Social media exploded, with thousands insisting Manny was clearly the better fighter. While some admitted he didn't go for the knockout, most agreed he dictated the action and landed the sharper punches. The overwhelming feeling. Manny Pacquiao looked.
I thought Manny won. I think Manny did a good job towards the end. Last round, I gave it to Barrios. Last 5 rounds.
Yeah, I had the same way.
I thought Barrios was going to take it, but I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well,
great job by Manny Pacquiao, 46 years old.
4 years old, 46. And you know boxing, so people can't say that you're biased or you're just straight. I think he's
great,
regardless.
It's not the money that we used to know, but thank God he didn't lose.
No, he didn't lose. It was close to Jeff Warren, he didn't lose. Bradley won, he didn't lose. And tonight he didn't lose.
One fan's reaction summed up the global outrage. He took to social media and unleashed, saying the judges must be on something. He claimed Manny Pacquiao won nearly every round. Analysts backed this up with detailed scorecards showing Manny won at least 6 rounds clearly. He landed clean punches, dazzled with combinations, and even earned praise from his opponent for still having serious power. What made it worse was how close the cards were. Just one more round in Manny's favor, and he'd have the win. The narrow gap made it feel like something had been taken from him.
Base. And then all of a sudden, Manny just starts cooking. He's just like, and Freddie said it, like he has this good 6th round, and Freddie was just like, you get him with a 5-punch combination, I think you can get him out of here. Now, I don't know if he was ever at that point. I can't say that Barrios was ever really in danger, but I think Freddie was right. Like, I just think that if Manny showed the threat, I just think it froze Barrios for all these rounds. And so he had a run of like 4 straight. And at my point, he's up on the scorecards, 87-84, which meant all he was in my mind. And I was pretty in line with the TV broadcast. I think that we had a little bit of a swing on 8. I think 8 was a little closer, or 9 was a little closer, excuse me. But all he needed was one more round. And and mind you, I bet on him, but I was like, Barrios comes down the 10th. His trainer's like, hey man, you can't respect this guy. And it's tough because Manny pulls these tricks like where he's like trying to delay coming out of the ring because his tape's messed up, or he's like messing with the guy saying, hey, you're hitting me low, and even the ref would be like, Manny, I'll determine if he's hitting low. But he's so charming, he just looked at me like, I don't know. But Barrios comes down that 10th, has some really good body work, and you're like, all right, I think he took that one. So then it's 96-94. Get to the next round, Barrios, he has some that was the closest that you could have probably leaned Pacquiao, in my mind. But Barrios had some flurries. It just looked like he was getting better up. And it kind of looked like Manny was starting to wear down a little bit. It just looked like he didn't have, because I think it's just at 46. I just don't think he has those combinations the same way. Super entertaining. Had the time of my life watching him because he didn't embarrass himself. And I know a lot of people, I think the vast majority of people think that he won. I think the reaction of everybody was like, Barrios, you couldn't mess with a 46-year-old like Manny. They always say like, oh, you got to beat the champ. It's a stupid thing. I hate that, but people believe in that. Oh, you got to take it off. I think a lot of people thought of like, hey, you got to annihilate a 46-year-old or the 40.
Before stepping into the ring again, Manny Pacquiao had doubters everywhere. People questioned his age, his conditioning, and his opponent's youth. But once the fight started, those doubts vanished. His footwork was sharp. His stamina held up. His timing was still elite. What many feared would be a farewell filled with regret turned into a performance That reminded the world who he really is, even at 46. Manny showed that he still belongs among the sport's very best, maybe not to chase Jake Paul-style spectacles, but to remind fans what real greatness looks like.